Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 2022 OWC World Cup, round of 32. I'm Dolan, and I'll be joined by Doomsday for this next match. It's China against Ukraine. Dooms, how are you?
Hey, what's up, Dolan? I'm feeling good. It's great to be on OWC again this year. Still plenty more great games coming up, and these two teams, they've really been on the up the last few years. They've been quietly building a roster, especially on the side of Ukraine. They've been building a strong roster over the last couple of years. Had some really special moments, especially against South Korea like a year or two back. An incredible round of 32 match there. So yeah, two teams on the up, you think. Tough test for either of them.
Mm-hmm. Two teams on the up, as you said, and really looking to prove something here. But they collide with each other for our viewing pleasure this morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it may be for you. The rolls are in, and it looks like it has gone the way of Ukraine.
You're going to be kicking us off then. There's been a lot of hype around the China team this year. Some of these players have been tearing up some of the community tournaments, especially some of the rank-restricted World Cups, the 4-digit World Cup and the 3-digit World Cup. They had some super strong teams, and a lot of the players from those campaigns are returning again, namely of which the three Lolols, which will quickly fill you in because we'll probably be mixing up the names a little bit. Lolol 235, 234, and 233. 235 is Genshin Phobia, David Q2. 234 is I'm a Burger Fox. And 233 is Milk Tea. They're very known players under their old names. Just let you know real quick, because we're probably going to be swapping and swapping between those names during this cast.
And we are just going to be addressing them by the numbers.
Yeah.
For the sake of our sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine are going to ban Nomad 3 here. It's been a popular ban this weekend, and China going for another popular ban. It's Nomad 2 for Azer. But hey, at least it got picked in the last match. So, you got to see it once, a popular ban there. So the mods are going to be wide open here, Doomsday.
Yeah, lots of those mod picks open. A lot of choice for these two to go into. I mean, seeing Ukraine ban the Nomad 3 is interesting. They actually had a pretty good score on it in the qualifiers, I believe. But China have some really mean control players. I don't blame them for that one.
Here's quite an interesting first pick coming out of China here. It's going to be Fremont 3 into the unknown.
Right into some of the gimmicks then, Dolan.
Yeah. You see, they're getting straight down to business. This is a pick that says, "How warmed up are you really, though?"
Yeah, no kickoff on, say, some of the speed to get your fingers moving, some of the aim to get your aim hand going. Nope, straight into the weirdness. CS5 AR8, low BPM, linear aim cut streams at 148 BPM. Yeah, it's a spooky one to start it off. We've seen it quite a lot, though. We've seen this one quite a lot so far. Seen some good scores on it, but we've seen some players really struggle. Especially on the accuracy due to the style of it and that low BPM. It's easy to overmash when you're playing low approach rate on these sorts of maps.
Mm-hmm. So the roster's coming in from both sides right now. Ukraine, we'll go with Criterion, Net Why Not, Rap, GPO, DJ Vac. And China awaiting a fourth, but we have 235, Crystal, and Maki in the lobby at the moment.
Getting Crystal back in for Team China is seismic. They didn't have him last year. He had a decent run, but Crystal is just such a key component of this Chinese team, and combined with all the other players that have been building up their strengths this year, with China, they are so strong on pretty much anything in the early game. Such a scary round of 32, round of 16 quarterfinals team with that sort of lineup, Dolan.
Oh yeah, and Crystal, a very versatile player and well-versed in rhythm games. Fun fact, Crystal has represented China in 3 out of the 4 modes for the World Cup rosters. The only mode Crystal has not played, I believe, is Mania.
That's the next step. Connect 4. God, he's
But
such
here-
a legend.
Back here on his bread and butter. And here we go, China, Ukraine, underway in the round of 32 as we will get them all 8 synced up here at the start.
History has not yet begun.
We are going to see a slight overmod on Ukraine,
Wonder, but also of terrifying.
and China will not overmod.
Place is here, and
Yeah, going with the hidden hard rock might be a comfort choice. You know, rather read that AR10 on the hidden.
Absolutely, yeah, but also will provide the score benefit as well, even if it is just for reading's sake. Crystal is going to be the first miss here, though. So Ukraine in the lead. Criterion trades. That's a hard rock down for China and a hidden down for Ukraine. So Ukraine will retain about 50k advantage here.
imagine a place where everything is different, where everyone you know is
Yeah, sitting on one of the FCs with hidden is a scary prospect. And there we go as one of the cut streams.
Right at that halfway mark, too. That is not where you want to break, but again, those streams with hidden right at the dip spike. Catch via out. And Crystal is also going to be finding another drop, so only 235 and Maki standing for China, and Ukraine now checking out here on this free mod pick from China. Net Why Not is going to find a miss. Criterion as well.
Wow,
Again.
this is an amazing start from Ukraine, actually, on a breakpoint as well. Looking
Yeah,
really strong on those 2 FCs.
Oh, wait a minute. Make that one. Yeah, it's only the hidden hard rock now for Ukraine. Raf G Pio. And China's going to start pulling it back now as they have 235 and Maki with some pretty good combos here.
They're winding
But is
him
it-
in here.
Right at the end, it's going to get close to him.
Really close.
A miss from Net Why Not is not enough in Ukraine. Take the break point.
Just about. Oh my god, Raf GPO. Stand up, man. What an FC. What a start here for Ukraine, and that hidden hard rock was so critical.
I mean, a single miss from Raf GPO, and that point goes to China. That's just how that one goes. Absolutely clutch. Ukraine 1-0 break point. They have the pick.
And the hidden hard rock as well, looking like such a big brain play. The hard rock wouldn't have been enough. They would have lost if it wasn't for that hidden. My gosh. And yeah, what do they go with now? That's the perfect start here for Ukraine. China dropping their first pick, man. With all their momentum they've been taking throughout the year. The first stumbling block for them. Early days, though.
where time stands still.
But now the biggest, most important task here for Ukraine is to capitalize off of this break point. They need to cash in on their own pick right now to convert that 2-0 lead.
Of terrifying danger. The place is here.
Map
I'm thinking
Adventure begins.
those hard rock picks might be tempting. I mean, the FC, of course, that tells you that as well. But they did really well on the hard rock picks in qualifiers too. I don't know if you've seen Hard Rock 2 yet, Outer Islands. Has that been played yet?
I don't believe so, no.
Maybe. That's like the more aim-intensive one. Small circle size, aim-intensive precision pick. But most people have been going for the other Hard Rock, Dissolve, more so.
It's going to be DT1 actually here from Ukraine. Fly away.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice as well. It's another one of their really strong picks. They did really well again on this one last week in the qualifiers. So sticking to some of their strengths here for sure, which is really what you need. Getting on that aim, the AR 10.3 speedy aim pick. It's fast though for the aim intensive
Oh, boy.
DT, 270 BPM. That's quick.
Crystal plus Lolo.
The four.
You can
The
just give the
powerful.
point to China right now. I'm just kidding, of course, but we're going to be referring to them by the numbers here, folks. Again, who was 233?
233 is Milk Tea.
Milk Tea. And then 234,
234 is I'm a Burger Fox.
and that would mean 235 is Genshin, right?
That's the one.
There we go. There we go.
It's okay.
That's all you're gonna get.
Now you know.
Don't say we didn't help
They're
you.
very good tournament players, all of them.
And Ukraine building their roster. It's going to be one max, Raf GPO, Net Why Not, and they're still waiting on the fourth.
My guess would be Dent should be coming in for this. One of their key players when it comes to mechanics. There he is.
And right you are.
Honestly been one of their mainstays for quite a few years now, Dench. A lot of these Ukrainian players have returned year on year. It's a roster that stays fairly, consistent. Especially this year, but Dench has been one of their longest serving players to this point.
Yeah, and it's definitely been one of those rosters that has been slowly improving over the years, making strides.
Yeah, it probably helps they play together a lot. So they have that synergy. Constantly teaming up a lot. They know their strengths, weaknesses, so they can work around it really well.
Yeah, you both make the same mistakes and you go through the same triumphs and you grow as a team together. That definitely helps solidify your team as a unit here. Here we go, round number 2. Ukraine's pick. They lead it 1-0.
Put their strength on some of the mechanically intensive maps. It's a very comfy sort of flow DT pick, but it is quite fast for a DT1. So there is a bit of speed requirement here, maybe more so than you'd expect for this particular map, right? Bit of speed and aim.
Already approaching the end of the first quarter of the map. No misses to report. It's just a slight accuracy advantage for China at the moment. 235 going down. Traded by 1 max. So things are going to be very close here. Net Why Not is also going to drop. Advantage China. That is 3 FCs to 2.
Everyone's accuracy is looking really rock solid. Slightly more on the side of China, but everyone looking pretty comfy. Just watching for those mis-aims, really.
Halfway mark. These are going to be the most devastating misses if they come out now for the FCs. There are 5 of them. Keep your eyes on them.
So much combo on the field. There is some speed sections coming up very soon.
Crystal traded by Dench. So now it's 2 FCs to 1. Oh, now it's 1 FC to 1. 1 max also going down one of the lower combos. 235 and 234. It's still a 1v1. Rap GPO once again standing tall for Ukraine. Going up against 233. That is Milk Tea. And 233 goes down. Rap GPO has time and combo and a quarter of the map left.
Oh, there's the break. They see it. 2
they
combos
see it.
on Ukraine here.
It's coming back. It's all on Rap GPO. And miss comes out for 1 max. That is not the player China needed to miss. And it's going to be 2-0 Ukraine Doomsday.
It is, I think. Yeah, that's all but sealed, surely. And once again, it's Rap GPO with another massive carry performance. Can he finish this off, though?
And he does. And he does. FC S rank. 98.26 accuracy. 1.1 million points. 2-0 Ukraine.
Oh, bonus points for Net Why Not there with the classic reverse choke. Look at the accuracy on so many of these players. Pretty much everyone other than the FC actually had really good ac. But hey, Raf GPO didn't miss, so that's the difference. Net Why Not though with a really nice combo itself. And Dench, nice recovery there.
So, Doomsday, with this scoreline in mind, I'd like to turn to the Twitch chat predictions here. We've got 2.5 million channel points riding on China, making up 86% of the vote. 14% of the channel points on Ukraine. That is nearly 400k. Yeah. 86% of you. Not looking so good right now, huh?
Yeah, I think there's a few people in chat sweating at the moment.
Raf G may have maybe swaying some channel points here. But that being said, it is just 2-0. Obviously, China are still not out of this match.
Yeah, Still early days. It's the next pick, though. They went really quick into another free mod pick. So they are sticking to their guns there. A very different sort of map. You know, this is a speedy pick, another speedy pick. More about stamina, break call, bursts, big CS. It's basically the no mod speed map you usually see, but now it's in free mod, meaning players have to put mods on it now, so it's a bit trickier to just randomly pick. We did see that a lot in previous years where people would go for the no mod speed pick and it'd basically just be, you know, a comfy map, but this, not so much anymore. So here comes some speed then.
A couple of substitutions coming in on the side of China, checking in Fia once again. And Joseph Joestar coming in for their first map of the match. I'm joined by 233 and 234 respectively.
One of the new players, I believe, Joseph Joestar, coming into this. One of the newer players for the Chinese roster. He's been making a name for himself on tournaments. But it might just be his first OWC. We'll see how he does here in his first map. I don't think he played too much in the qualifiers as well, so bought in for very specific things.
Definitely the stage has been set for a hero on the Chinese side to come out. They need one. They're down 2-0 here. And we're also going to be seeing some substitutions on the side of Ukraine. Checking in for their first map of the match, it's Gus Nicky. And we're going to get underway here with these 8 players. And look at these mods coming out. My goodness, no mods. We've got 3 Hard Rocks on China, 1 hidden. And we've got 2 Hard Rocks, 1 hidden, and 1 hidden Hard Rock for Ukraine. I mean, Raf G, the hidden Hard Rock, would you expect anything less, Dooms, at this point?
Hey, if it ain't broke, Dolan. If it's not
Don't fix it.
Oh man, so many Hard Rocks. I imagine it's the circle size. We have seen a few overmods because of the big circle size. So the Hard Rock doesn't actually make that too much spookier. But those hiddens, the AR's quite low. Oh, so many breaks though early on, especially on Ukraine side here.
Oh yeah, but there's some coming out from the Chinese side, so 234 and Joseph Joestar finding misses alongside Gus Nicky and Net Why Not. It's going to slightly favor Ukraine. And again, something tells me that Raf G is going to be a player to watch. Already going up against 233 once again. He is there with a supporting combo, just a very early miss. Or is that an FC, actually? That is an FC.
Yeah, it's 2 FCs to 1, I think.
Yep. So China are pulling it slowly.
A fairly lengthy map this. It's very consistent in terms of its difficulty, so it doesn't really change too much. Possible the players could start to lose a bit of steam because of the stamina aspect of this as we go on, so you got to watch for that. But the accuracy is looking far better on... Oh no, not really actually. About the same on both sides actually.
And a drop coming from Net Why Not, and now Raf GPO, that is massive for Ukraine. One of them is traded by 233, that's still going to favor China, and Ukraine are going to need to see some misses here. They're in trouble. It's Fia and Joseph Joestar for China alongside 234. Gus Nicky going down. Raf G now struggling, and now China at the break. They see the difference.
They're in a really good spot now. The pot straight after the break. It's pretty tricky. You got to make sure you don't choke right here. Let's see.
And the Chinese players are not caught out by the break. Joseph Joestar does go down, but again, there's just so much advantage and not enough time. Ukraine are going to need so much more than that, Dooms.
Yeah, trying to have so much insurance here. It's just dense, really, on Ukraine. The consistency winning out here for China on this one. Seems like everyone had a decent time with the AK. Raf GPO finding some struggles there. But yeah, China with a bit more on this one. And, well, they really needed it, didn't they? They needed this one badly.
Yeah, they could not afford to go down 3-0. They will pull one back and cut the lead in half. It is 2-1. Ukraine.
Really nice score on Hidden from Fear, though. That's not an easy mod on this. It's so dense. So that's a really good score from Fear.
982k, that is nothing to scoff at. That's very impressive.
A few 1 misses dotted around. 2 1 misses on the LOL tag team. 233 and 234. And Dench as well. So many good accuracies around here. So good speed teams. They're on the ball. Good speed teams here on both sides.
Well, all right. Ball's back in Ukraine's court now. Their pick.
Yeah, still in a great spot, all things considered. Going into some of the mechanics last time, they could continue to go into that. I still think Hard Rock is a good choice. Still think that's a good choice, although the last map did let some of the Chinese players warm up on that AR-10. The big circle size makes it feel quite a bit different to what you'd find in the Hard Rock pool. I'm sure they have a game plan. Keep the momentum up, which they do still have. Dropping this though, and it's all gone.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to go into Hidden here after the performance Fia just put up.
No, I'm not sure that'd be too wise, really. They're both really quite control-based, and both of them are quite low AR, but they are going into it! Ooh,
never mind. Okay. Never mind.
Okay, then. Well,
did they hear me talking? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did they take offense?
They're listening in. It's like, what are you saying? What are you saying, dude?
This guy thinks we can't do Hidden. Criterion, pick Hidden too.
Well, I mean,
guy up.
Well, to be fair, they did do really well on it in the qualifiers. Actually, they did beat China's qualifier score on the low AR Hidden. I just thought in this matchup, maybe, going for some of those higher ARs and maybe the Hard Rocks would be a good choice for the players they have. But on paper, this should be pretty damn good as well. So just a different tactic, but still makes plenty of sense.
Mm-hmm. And again, this isn't like the free mod with Hidden. This is low AR Hidden. This is Hidden 2. This is the low AR reading pick. And, that still means Fia will probably do well in this, but it's a whole different skill set than the previous map.
Completely. The BPM's so much slower. This one's more about linear aim on that low AR. To be fair, the reading aspect of this isn't too tricky. There are a few overlaps, and there are some streams that have sudden spacing changes that can catch you out. But it is mostly about aiming the slow approach rate and aiming these streams. So that sort of aspect, I think it plays into China's players quite a bit. The last, I believe the qualifiers Hidden 2 was quite a bit different. It was, had quite a lot of variable streams and such. This one has quite a bit more raw aim.
And also, we see some subs coming in, checking in for their first map of the match. It's My Angel Anzu for China. We've seen a fair amount of subs here, Doomsday. A lot of different players coming in and getting involved in this matchup, and we're only in round 4. It's very good to see.
Yeah, making full use of the rosters. You'll love to see it. I feel like both these teams are teams that are really built around the versatility of everyone they have, rather than relying on, a particular core and bringing in like the odd player here and there. So yeah, making full use of the rosters here, especially because we've seen so many kinds of maps already in this match.
Yeah, definitely 2 complete teams in their own right. Here we go. It's going to be Hidden 2 from Ukraine, their second pick in this 4th round.
I have Aeon. Consistent, this. Although that said, the ending is quite tricky. We'll see how it stands when we get there, but that ending could really make or break this one.
And another skill set that is often tested on maps like these on the low AR reading is the mental. How well can you recover from a miss like this? You have to be very patient because you want to immediately rebuild your combo and help your team, but you can only do so as fast as the map will allow you to. Dench is caught out there. A big act drop also from Raf G, but he holds the combo. The miss is traded by 234 from China.
Two of those FCs, one on each side with quite low accuracy. We'll see how they hold as the map goes on. Some combo gaming happening here on some of those big combos.
And no surprise, Fia putting up a clinic. This coming out from Anzu. That's going to help Ukraine out here, and they're going to now get a little bit of insurance, but it's traded by Criterion. And 2-3-4 once again.
It's getting a bit dicey. Dench recovering nicely. He's the difference right now. Scores flipping over. The ending becoming much more of a big deal in this one, I think. It comes out of nowhere as well.
You see how big a good recovery is. How big of an impact Dench is making. A miss comes out from 2-3-5, and Ukraine now really going to open up a score gap into the final third of this map.
And Fear has to hold here for China. He's the last bastion. 2 FCs for Ukraine. Such a good spot here, but here comes those bursts at the end. And both those players have to hold. They're going up against a strong hidden player here in Fear.
Yeah, again, as you said, Fia can be a difference maker here. We saw RAF-GPO do it earlier in this match. If the right breaks come out from Ukraine and Fia holds, we can see that score gap just instantly melt. But they're running out of time. 2-3-5 finding a miss. And Ukraine have all but sealed it here. They're going to retain their 2-point advantage. It's 3-1 Ukraine.
Just net why not breaking for Ukraine on that ending. All the other Ukrainian players holding, and they're going to bank that pretty comfortably. Going into a pick that China could be pretty decent at, and they come out on top. So inspired pick and great play. It's RAF-GPO again.
And Fia coming in with brilliant scores. Fia the top scorer there, but overall a brilliant team performance from Ukraine. RAF-GPO able to clutch it out there. Even though it was 94% AC, an FC's an FC.
It is, just don't miss. And he is playing that to perfection. Great match here from RAF-GPO. And Fear really filling in on that hidden spot beautifully. Really making a name for himself here. Team's still behind though. Ukraine picking really well, you gotta say. They hand it to them for these picks.
That was a break point. No, it wasn't. My bad. Again, we have the client messed up here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it is China's pick.
And they're going to be getting stuck into some more free mod, which, they have been. They've picked all 3 free mods. So, sticking to their guns, making it work. This one's more of the aim-heavy one in free mod. Awkward aim, anti-aim, weirdness. And you've got to put mods on it too.
I was going to say, I don't think we've seen Hard Rock 2 yet, have we? Yeah, okay. It's okay, we got it. We got it.
There we go.
We got it. Operator on point. We got it. We got it.
You're making it work here at the OWC. But yeah,
it's round of 32. Bear with us. We're a little rusty.
Yeah, China sticking to their guns here. I mean, you got to respect it. Again, this one really has to work, because if they drop this one, hand it over to Ukraine, there's a big upset on our hands. But China's still very much in this, going for this awkward aim. I do think it'll play into the hands of some of their mod players. Of course, we're going to see Fia back in. You got to keep him in the way he's playing.
Oh yeah, Fia on hidden right now is the most consistent thing China have had going for them in this matchup. So that is definitely going to happen. RAF-GPO will probably come out with hidden Hard Rock, as we've seen on every free mod so far.
Surely it must be. So that'd be a Hard Rock. I imagine overmods on this might be not as common. So maybe just a hidden and then 2 no mods would be the play here.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a lot of overmodding here from China, because this, as you've said, Dooms, you highlighted earlier, this is a must-win point right here for China. They can't lose this. They lose this, they go down 4-1, and Ukraine will have the pick. Oh, hype. We just got to see the day change in the chat there right before the start
Oh.
command. Pulled it away. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
We saw it, chat. Somebody clipped that. Let's go.
Time zones, man. How do they work?
Listen, that's like as hype as watching the DVD thing bounce perfectly off the corner. That's what that was for me right there. Anyway, round 5.
There is some overmodding on the Chinese side. 2 hard rocks. That's interesting. Crystal's taking one of them, and 233 taking the other one.
So far, so good here off the start. We see the expected mods to come out. Oh, the no mod is going to miss here from China, 235. Traded by net, why not? So both no mod players down. Ukraine does have one extra no mod player in bench here. So the mod total comes out to 2 hard rock, 1 hidden for China, 2 hidden, 1 hard rock for Ukraine. That miss from Dench is going to start to affect the score gap here, Dooms.
Yeah, 3 FCs to 2 now in favour of China, and those mod plays worth even more overall. 2 hard rocks is quite a lot of score if they can hold the combo.
We now approach the halfway point here. Where misses are absolutely detrimental, and Ukraine finds 2 of them just before the halfway point. Rap GPO and net, why not?
It's just Criterion on that hidden, the AR9 hidden. But China looking really good. Those hard rock plays are looking fantastic. Look at Crystal's accuracy right now.
3 FCs to 1. China pulling away. Crystal killing it right now. Still, that only really 235 has found about 2 misses. That's it. And still rocking amazing accuracy for a 2 miss.
Oh, Fear's streak is gone. He does drop his FC, but his teammates have got his back. They are still in such a good spot.
The damage has been done. It's over 500k in their favor. China have pretty much all but guaranteed this point. Is Crystal at 233 against Criterion in the FC department. All eyes on them.
Overmod. The Overmod's looking like a, almost like a preference mod, because these 2 FCs are rock solid. Absolutely no problems at all.
.233 and Crystal are going to take this one all the way, as well as Criterion from Ukraine, if they can hold through the last sections. And they all do. That's 3 FCs.
And all the mods as well. Criterion with that hidden is a really impressive one on the AR9. Nice control there. But the 2 hard rock FCs there are just fantastic. Great statement point there to keep themselves in this game.
Yeah, that was a must win. And that will definitely keep them in this matchup a little longer here and give them a chance. But now Ukraine. They have done well. I mean, they've been the underdogs this match and they've led it the whole way. But now comes the tricky task of finishing the match. Can you put them away?
They've gone for a mixture of picks so far. They've gone for a few different things. They went for the low AR hidden last time. I feel like the other hidden pick is a bit more of a scary prospect, but they could do it. Oh no, they are going to mix it up again.
Interesting. They're going to go right into Hard Rock after a double Hard Rock FC.
Yeah, China were well primed for that. I do still think Ukraine could do really well on these, because they've had some excellent Hard Rock plays, and getting RAF GPO back onto that Hard Rock could be really useful for them. You do have to question the timing a little bit. Maybe they had this planned beforehand and they just went with it, which fair enough. But China after that must be feeling pretty good about a Hard Rock 1 pick. So we'll see if they can keep that streak going after that excellent double FC.
Yeah, because 233 and Crystal got to be feeling absolutely fine with this decision right here. It's a very short Hard Rock map, though, so any miss, any slight misaim, any mishap can be punished quite severely. China will go with the full Lala squad and Crystal.
Yeah, that is the squad for these. And I've seen Markey in for this one, who we did see in the qualifiers, and he's a pretty strong hard rock player, but this one being more of a sort of technical aim map, lots of kick sliders, buzz sliders, you know, sort of tech patterns everywhere. It's a bit of a different style, although you can play it, you know, like an aim map essentially. Although they do have some pretty weird control sections that you do have to be aware of. In the middle, there are some patterns where it's easy to just break, it's easy to choke on if you mash. So there is a bit of that to consider.
Alright, the rosters look set. Ukraine are going to go with Rap GPO, Net, Why Not, 1max, and Criterion. Not really any surprises there.
No, not really. I say interesting to see 1max in, but yeah, for the most part, it's pretty much what you'd expect. They're going with it. Dropping this will bring China right back into this. Well, at the moment, Ukraine still with that overall advantage.
Yep, they still have that break point they took off of China early in the match. China will need to get one back if they want to see at least a tiebreaker in this. An early miss from 1max is traded by 233, but Rap GPO and Criterion are also down, so it's only 1FC to 3 out the gate.
FGPO's FC streak faltering a little bit here, but his team still should be in a good spot once this loads back in.
Yeah, once
it's so short.
Yeah, once it loads back in though, but the only advantage here for Ukraine is these misses have come out so early that if China finds some mishap here in the mid sections of the map and they recover their combos, they will have a chance to take this back. And the miss comes out from 234, so that's 2 FCs to 1. 233 is basically at a full combo. It was a very early miss. 1max is... Uh-oh.
That's not a DC, is it? I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. This may be an abort here considering how early that was.
Right.
Again, that is up to the discretion of the referee. But they will continue playing as of now, and if we get an abort command, we'll know.
Really good scores coming out of it though until we get confirmation of that one. This middle section, you got to be careful about mashing this. It's overlapping little stacks if you fat finger them. I think Criterion found one there, and so did Crystal.
Yeah, but we
so
still don't know if this is going to even be official.
Yeah, because that DC was so early on, and if it's really early, it's usually an abort. Still waiting a confirmation here. But if it's really early, that should be an abort and a restart.
Yeah, it seems they are reviewing the information right now to determine when it occurred. Because again, there are rules on whether or not the abort can happen. And I believe it's 30 seconds. If it happens after 30 seconds of the map, then there is no abort command.
Right.
But it looks like, yeah. It looks like it was indeed early enough.
Apparently he's having electrical issues, it seems. He seems to be back in, I think. Unless that's still the delayed disconnection from Bancho. It looks like, yeah, we are going to be restarting that. I guess there'll be a little bit of a gap here while they get this sorted.
Again, they had to review it because, you know, that DC, it happened so close to that time frame, right? And, you know, as officials, they got to go in and make sure they get the decision absolutely right, because you can't just end a map, you know, if it's after the allowed time frame. So that's why they allowed it to go on, and that's absolutely the correct decision, because if you don't know whether or not it's going to stand, you absolutely allow the map to play out. You know it needs to be canceled. It is unfortunate, if you happen to have the advantage, but those are the rules. And again, depending on how long it takes for them to get that player in, we may have to see Ukraine may end up having to use their timeout here, Doomsday.
Yeah, they might have to, or even get a replacement in if one Max can't get on in time.
Yeah,
to be trying to get on, but
I feel like if you're Ukraine at this point, you absolutely have to burn that to try to get him in there if you need to burn the timeout.
They do have a couple players who could fill in for a hard rock pick, but I imagine they've planned this one out and they wouldn't want to have to swap someone in last minute who's not quite as prepared on this map. It's just unfortunate when this happens though, because the players of course have to keep themselves warm, keep themselves ready to go. Many of them are staying in the lobby. So we're just waiting to see what Ukraine does here.
Yeah,
looks like
so
One Max is back.
Yep, he's back in, and for clarification, the official ruling is 30 seconds or within the first quarter, 25% the first quarter of the map. And that's up to the referee's discretion, when it happens.
Yeah, and that was definitely within the first 25.
And it was in the first 8.
Yeah, it really was.
I mean, when the major client lag happened, so at least from our perspective, but they have the IRCs and all the official data, and they made the right call.
Okay, One Max is back. Fingers crossed we don't have any more issues like that. Looks like everyone is ready to go, Dolan, to get this show on the road once more.
Yep, indeed. We'll hope there are no issues here.
And here we go. Some technical aim, bus sliders, some control weirdness. The middle part of this, again, it's tricky. Easy to get a silly break if you mash it. So that middle part going to be quite important for this one.
Yep, early break here from One Max. But again, it's very early and very short, so early misses can be mitigated if you're able to recover, but Criterion's also going to find a miss here, so China will take an early lead here, 2 FCs to 4. One does go down.
There from Lolo. 2-3-5.
Yep, classic slider break there. So it's 3 FCs to 2. China still with the advantage. Still pulling the score. It's at about 80k now, nearly 100k. Quarter of the map is gone. So now we are definitely past that window. This one will stand no matter what happens. It's about 75k. Oh, double miss from Ukraine in the slow section. That may have done it right there. Honestly.
That hurts.
Unless we see a meltdown from China.
Here we go, the section though, gotta be careful. Nothing yet though, everyone holding. A lot of these guys already played this once, so they know what to expect. And they have held through it, all of those combos have.
China's still on a 3-way and Ukraine's still on a 2-way, so both teams are fairly competent on this, but you just see the advantage of having more FCs. And 2-3-3 is going to find the second miss here for China. Rap GPO is going to trade it, so there is no hope here for Ukraine at this point, sadly. Netway not also going down. It's all but a formality now, and China are going to tie this one up and get a break point of their own. 3-all.
Yeah, all but sealed. Such a good score as well. And yeah, massive break point. It's over 1 million score. The reverse choke from 235, 234 and Crystal just going off.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And you really got to give props to. You really got to give props to that Chinese roster. After an abort like that, to have to go through the whole mental kind of cycle of, oh man, we had a really good start. and then a DC happened late, and it took them a while to get through it. That can be mentally tolling on a team. That can frustrate you. So to come back with that dominance, absolutely great stuff. 3.5 million Dooms.
That's huge. That's such a good team score. And absolutely, you're right. The mental strength is really on point here for China, and now they're really back into this. Now they can start building up momentum for the first time, really, in this match. They can really start getting something going here. But no more 3 months left, though, Dolans. They're going to have to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, they are going to have to find something else here, aren't they? 2 double times open. Hard Rock 2, Hidden 1. Nomad 1 and Nomad 4. So that map pool's definitely starting to shrink down a little bit here.
It is. China, though, still have some strong picks in double time. I think in this matchup in particular, China's double time roster definitely have a leg up over Ukraine, and that's where they're going to go. DT2, the weird DT pick. This one doesn't really have an analog from the qualifiers. It's strange. We've seen it a few times already. Old, ancient double time map.
We saw Israel take this one off the US earlier as well in the weekend.
It is one of those picks though, where it's no matter how prepared you are, you don't put maps in tryout pools for this sort of map. CS6 double time.
Yeah, that's not in your typical DT pool, I gotta say. I'm not used to seeing that in double time either.
It's basically like a linear stream map of sorts. Lots of linear streams, lots of zigzagging streams, streams with sudden corners in them. So you have to have the control for that at 216 BPM, which isn't slow by any means, although it's not really a stamina map in any way. It's definitely leaning on the control side of things, no doubt, and that precision as well, which is another wrench thrown into the works here. So it is kind of weird, and it can lend itself to some really back and forth matches. I'm not entirely sure how Ukraine will deal with something like this, really. I don't have a precedent to really think of with the players from Ukraine here. I guess some of the old map players.
Dooms, is it true that you have a score on this map from 13 years ago?
That might be true. Hang on, I can look this up real quick.
Nada brought that up in Twitch chat. That's quite an interesting stat.
Well, I don't think I've played this since then. Oh yeah, I have a score from September 2009, just to show my age. This map is very, very old.
Yeah, just to show truly that nothing could have prepared these players for this. It's really from 09? That is ancient, man.
The Lolols and Crystal are back. The Power 4 for China.
Yep, it has been the roster that's worked for him. And Ukraine bringing Dench back in. And you can already tell right away that linear mapping style you were talking about, Dooms. And misses already coming out in plenty. 2 apiece. From 235, 233, Net Why Not, and Criterion.
Some accuracy troubles coming out from a few players here. Raf GPO holding combo, but 92%. Double miss from Ukraine. 2 FCs to 1 at the moment in favour of China.
China already doing some damage here, approaching the halfway mark. Miss from Net Why Not, really not going to help Ukraine here. They need some misses from China, and they need them pretty soon. It's already 400k score advantage now at this point for China. Oh, and down goes Raf GPO.
And look, after the early shakes from China, all 4 of the players just looking rock solid. Accuracy is increasing as well. They got some good players for this really gimmicky sort of map.
And, you know, again, that's what they led off this match with, was the gimmick pick. It didn't go their way, but it obviously shows they're not afraid to pick it. And that is 3 combos over 700 now for China. They're going to take the first lead.
Nah, man. China's just too good at this sort of thing.
And that will be their first lead of the match, Doomsday. 4-3. Ukraine has a chance, though.
They do, but as this game's going on, China are looking stronger and stronger. That's the second score in a row where they've had over 3.5 million team score. China now really flexing why they are so feared here. Ukraine got to pick super carefully here because China are starting to look really scary now.
Mm-hmm. And they will have the last pick of this match. Ukraine, they led it the whole way up until this point.
They can definitely, you know, keep that going because they've been so good and they've been ahead for so long. They are still very much in this. A map away from a tiebreaker, possibly.
And man, this map pool is so narrow because, I mean, what do you pick here? Nomad 1 consistency? That doesn't look good. Hidden, Fia has been rock solid this whole game for China. Hard Rock 2, nobody's been picking that. Literally nobody. It's just DT3 and Nomad 4, really, I feel like. And, you know, China has just been super good in double time, so I feel like at this point it's kind of pick your poison between the Nomads.
I do think so too. I think out of all these, maybe going for that Nomad 4 is the play. They have some good tech players, especially at this round.
Hidden one.
Go for something else. Okay.
You know, I was about to say, of the 3 mods, Hidden would make the most sense for them to pick. The Hard Rock, just, you know, you can't take that gamble with how China's been playing and no one's played that map. Same case on DT, really. So they're going to take their chances on this one. And you can bet that Fia is coming back into the game for China.
They've been chomping at the bit to get back into this lobby now. It's a chance for, you know, Fia to possibly seal the deal. Assuming, of course, they do get him back in here, which, well, surely, right?
Not sure.
Ukraine won the last Hidden, and they looked pretty good. And this one is still low approach rate, although not as low. It's still quite dense. It's lower than usual, but still, it's... I don't know, man.
I mean, I gotta say, I didn't really like their choices. You know, any map they pick is really not like... You can make a case for China on any map remaining here. But I think, you know, I prefer them picking this over Nomad 1. Because consistency has just been, in the second half of this match, all China. It's been all China. So, I'm glad to see them shy away from Nomad 1. But I feel like it was either this or Nomad 4, really. Whichever map they were the most confident on.
Let's see if it works out for them here. See if it works out. If you're looking at the Hidden one from the qualifiers, the scores are very close. Very, very close indeed. If you're looking at that, it could go either way.
Yeah. So it'll just be one substitution for China. Lol 233 subbing out, Fia subbing in. And it'll be Ref GPO, Criterion, Net Why Not, and Dench for Ukraine. You know, regardless of the outcome of this, Ukraine have played an absolutely great match.
They have. They've picked really well. They've looked really solid, kept their cool, in tricky situations.
Well,
Gotta keep it going if you want to finish it off, though.
just goes to show how important that first half of the match is for the underdogs in the round of 32. If you're able to put up the fight early on, you can maybe do something in the second half. Ukraine now have a shot to force tiebreaker, and the miss coming out from 235 will put Ukraine up at the start.
This is one of those maps that's very consistent in difficulty and style. So it's all about just keeping rock solid on the style the whole way. The ending does have some tricky parts, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same the whole way through.
Yeah, and I was about to say, despite Ukraine having the combo advantage, China was staying pretty close in terms of accuracy, but Dench is also going to find a miss, so 3 FCs to 3, combo advantage slightly in China's favor at the moment, as well as accuracy. Of course, now I say that the accuracy is... Oh, Fia gets caught on that slider break. Dench missed, but Dench had already gone down. It is 3 full combos to 2, but now Net Why Not goes down. Will trade.
Still so even. And with Lola recovering, actually, no, it isn't. It isn't. It's really with China here.
Yeah. Oh, but Crystal going out. Now it's with Ukraine.
It really is now.
It's
Take
going to be
that one back.
Got to be a slow pullback here because, again, 235 basically is at a near FC. But 234 going down. Ukraine will be pulling this one back. Criterion and Rapchipino. Crystal, again, with another miss. It's only 235 for China. And Ukraine at the halfway mark. Those misses were absolutely detrimental to China, Dooms.
Yeah, quite unfortunate, too. The accuracy is looking really good, but those miss-aims, that's how these maps tend to go. Ukraine combo gaming really well. Criterion, one of the key hidden players, is down. It's just, guess who? RAF-GPO for Ukraine.
Yep, and at the break, they're going to see it. This is going to get close, and it's going to get really intense. It's a 100k advantage for Ukraine. Quarter of the map left. Recovery of these Ukraine supporting combos is going to be absolutely vital in them holding this point because China are recovering. The supporting combos are building from Fia, 234, and Crystal. It's going to be the only thing that can keep China at bay. The Ukrainian supporting combos in the last eighth of this map. It's still slowly going over to China. Are they going to be able to do enough? The accuracy is also going to come into play here, Doomsday.
Everything matters here now for both teams. Everything. Everyone hit that stream. No one chokes it.
And Ukraine are gonna hold on, maybe? Will they? Yeah. I don't want to do anything. It's gonna get very close. China trying to close this one out here. Ukraine will live to see tiebreaker.
Oh my god. When you see it.
30k. Look at that. 2.727 million. I'll go ahead and say it now.
Oh man. God, that was nail-biting stuff there for Ukraine. Everyone needed to hold, and they did. And that came out trumps for Ukraine. The momentum stunted, and here we go, Doland. It is tiebreaker time.
Oh man, I hope one of these two teams calls a timeout, because I need it.
Yeah, I think it's time to take a breath. This match has been just full throttle. It has been crazy. Ukraine looking so good early on. China keep themselves in it. For a moment, we thought they found their super strength and looked so good, but that last map, definitely some issues on the consistency. Some dodgy misses, and it's cost them here.
And once again, it was the hero, RAF-GPO for Ukraine, stepping up.
Yeah, we thought RAF-GPO might have lost a bit of confidence. He found a few misses in the mid-game after dominating the early matches, or the early maps, but found it when he needed it. They really needed it. But what happens now at the TB? How does this TB go in this matchup? It is a fairly standard sort of TB, It's got plenty of aim, it's got plenty of streams, in a fairly comfy flow style. So it's the sort of map that both these two teams should have players that are very, very familiar with this. Not too much weirdness here. Who do they go with? I think China exactly know, and I totally agree.
It's
You go
been
with
the
that four.
squad. Yeah, it's been the squad that has delivered Lol plus Crystal all game for China. Has been absolute money. But Ukraine will get with the roster that has brought them to the finish line here, led by their ace in the hole, Raf GPO. But all the Ukrainian players at some point in this match have stepped up and delivered on a key pick, be it Criterion or Dench or Netwhy not here. There's been a complete team effort from both these teams.
Yeah, it is indeed. Dench, the mainstay. RAF GPO, Criterion, and Netwhy Not have all had massive scores in this game. But here's where it all matters. This is where it all comes down to. 5 minutes of 200 BPM aim and streams.
Our second tiebreaker of the weekend of the round of 32. China and Ukraine going the distance. And it's all on this map. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. AR 9.5, 200 BPM, 6.8 stars.
These streams have some pretty tricky variable spacing in parts of it where they stack for just a note. So you get a bit too excited, a bit too nervous, it's easy to mess those up. Streams like
Dench.
that.
Yep, and Dench is caught out. First miss of this tiebreaker. Slight advantage to China. Still not even a quarter of the way through though, so there'll be plenty of chances for Ukraine. Accuracy's looking good for the most part, aside from 235 and even RAF GPO. But again, they are still holding the FCs. It is a combo game at this point. That's all that matters.
What about that consistency right now?
And again, it's only about a 60k deficit for Ukraine here. That's not the end of the world, third of the way through. But China will definitely take a 60k advantage. Again, it's going to come down right here to this second third of the map. Could be the most crucial portion. Will anyone get score capped at the halfway mark?
Oh, the double miss on the stream for China.
Oh, and that is absolutely detrimental here right before the halfway mark. And 235 as well. 3 of their players are going to get score capped here. And Ukraine, with 2 FCs and a half, with the recovery from Dench.
Oh my goodness, Dolan. Criterion's down, but it's still RAF GPO and Netwhy Not.
There is nothing that China can do unless they get a meltdown. Netwhy Not does miss. That helps. But now it's RAF GPO versus 233. But Dench is also there for Ukraine with a fantastic supporting combo, and that is what's doing the damage right now on the scoreline. It's still anyone's game here, Doomsday. It's now 50-60k Ukraine into the final third. So again, this game is not over. The miss from Netwhy Not is going to keep China in it. But it is definitely advantage Ukraine. Oh, Dench! Traded by 234. That is going to favor China. Just a little bit.
Plenty of time too to wheel this in. They're still in a good spot here, China. But it's still so critical that everyone holds.
Yeah, it's a battle of supporting combos right now. A battle that China is just slightly winning at the moment by a few hundred combo advantage. So they are going to pull it back into this last quarter of the map. Dench and RAF GPO is down. This is a disaster for Ukraine. China, 233 trades. The FCs are down. Crystal, it's all a Crystal versus Criterion. All 235 and Netwhy Not. It is still advantage China by about a 200 combo advantage. Ukraine needs some misses, but this can be overturned. China have to hold to close this one out. It's all on this last section of the map. Accuracy is important. 235 misses. Here is a chance for Ukraine. Will they have enough time? They may need one more miss. They may need one more. But they're still slowly pulling it. 30,000 points and slowly shrinking. Is there enough time? China must hold.
They're not gaining enough. There goes Criterion. That's it.
Oh,
right?
that's it. That's surely it. Unless we see a meltdown at the end, and China are gonna close it out.
Oh my god.
40,000 points in tiebreaker. What a match from start to finish. It delivered in every possible way, but it's gonna be China standing tall, getting the job done, and completing the comeback. 5-4.
Oh, China, man. Oh, they had to dig so deep for that. Once again, Team Ukraine delivering another classic in the round of 32. Once again, though, they fall just slightly short. But what a performance. What a game, Dolan. China move on.
By the skin of their teeth, Doomsday. Ukraine overperforming in every possible way. I mean, they led that match until the last two maps. I mean, they were in the lead the entire match until the last two maps.
Yeah, Ukraine had the number the entire time. China had to pull out some of their special moves. 3.5 million scores back to back. Insane team performances to get some momentum back.
Yeah, and they had to also overcome the DC as well.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, China really had to overcome a lot this match. Ukraine really applied as much pressure as China could possibly withstand.